Listen to me. Some of you want success like it's a part-time job. You show up when it's easy, when it feels good, when the sun shines. But champions, real champions, they don't take days off because greatness doesn't clock out. When you say no days off, it doesn't mean you never rest. It means your mind never rests from purpose. You might take a break, but your grind doesn't. Even when you're tired, your vision stays alive. Even when the world sleeps, your dream keeps working. You've got to stop negotiating with your goals. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. No, you've got to wake up and say, if I don't give it everything today, I don't deserve success tomorrow. You want to be legendary? You've got to earn that title every single day. There's no off season in greatness. Every sunrise is another test. Every night you got to ask yourself, did I give everything I had? Because one day your name will be called and the world will remember you not for what you said, but for what you did when nobody was watching. You can't be excellent sometimes. You can't be committed sometimes. You can't love the grind only when it's convenient. You gotta live it, breathe it, and bleed it. When your alarm goes off, get up. When your body says stop, keep moving. When your mind says quit, remember why you started. Because discipline will take you places motivation can't. Consistency beats motivation. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings fade. You can't build a legacy on something that comes and goes. You can't depend on how you feel every morning to decide whether or not you're going to chase your dream. The difference between those who make it and those who fall short is consistency. When you're consistent, you show up no matter what. You show up when it hurts, when you're tired, when nobody claps for you, and when nobody believes in you. That's where greatness is born. In the quiet moments when it's just you and your purpose. You see, motivation is like a spark. It gets you started. But consistency is the fire that keeps you going long after the excitement dies out. Too many people wait to feel ready before they act. But the truth is, you'll never always feel ready. The best in the world don't wait for perfect energy or the right time. They just move. They do the work regardless. Every day, no excuses. Because consistency doesn't care about moves. It's about commitment. Think about it. If you only worked on your goals when you were motivated, you'd be inconsistent, unreliable, and average. But when you commit to being consistent, you create habits. Habits become routines, and routines shape your results. You don't need to wake up inspired every day. You just need to wake up and move. Discipline is what builds momentum. And once that momentum starts rolling, it becomes harder to stop than to keep going. Most people quit because they confuse slow progress with failure. They don't see results fast enough, so they give up. But consistent effort, even the small, boring stuff, is what transforms dreams into reality. A single workout doesn't make you fit. One day of studying doesn't make you smart. One great performance doesn't make you a champion. It's the hundreds, the thousands of small, consistent actions that add up. Every rep, every late night, every decision, and keep going. That's where success grows. When you look at the most successful people in any field, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, they're not the ones who worked hard for a week and quit. They're the ones who kept showing up day after day for years, even on days they didn't feel like it, even when nobody noticed. Because consistency doesn't need an audience, it needs a vision. They knew that success doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. Brick by brick, habit by habit, they build something powerful. Consistency is also about trust, trusting yourself enough to keep your word. When you tell yourself you'll do something and you actually do it, you build self-respect. Every time you follow through, your confidence grows. You start to believe in your own reliability. That belief becomes strength. Because the truth is you can't lead others if you can't lead yourself. And leadership starts with consistency. Doing what you said you would, long after the feeling has passed. You gotta understand that discipline and consistency go hand in hand. Motivation gets you to the door, but discipline keeps you inside doing the work. Discipline says, I'll show up even when I don't feel like it. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people stop when it gets hard. When it gets hard. When it gets hard. The grind doesn't care about your feelings, and success doesn't wait for your comfort. There will be days when it feels pointless, when you question why you started, when you wonder if it's even worth it. That's where consistency matters the most. Those are the defining moments that shape your future. Because if you can stay consistent when it's tough, you become unstoppable when it's easy. The habit of showing up becomes second nature. And before you know it, what once seemed impossible becomes routine. You've got to train your mind to understand that progress isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. Anyone can give 100% for a day, but how many can give 80% every day for a year? That's what creates champions. The willingness to stay in the game, day after day, through highs and lows. Because consistency builds character. It builds mental toughness. It teaches patience, and patience leads to mastery. Don't chase motivation, build consistency. Because when motivation fades, consistency will carry you. Every day you show up, you're telling your dream, I'm still here. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. You may not see the change daily, but it's happening. Like water wearing down stone, your consistent effort is shaping your destiny. So keep pushing, keep showing up, and keep believing. Because at the end of the day, motivation might get you started, but consistency, that's what makes you unstoppable. Purpose never sleeps. It's the fire that keeps burning even when the lights go out, when the crowd leaves, and when the applause stops. Purpose doesn't depend on energy, feelings, or motivation. It's that voice deep inside that refuses to stay quiet, that reminds you who you are and what you're capable of. You can try to ignore it, but it's always there, whispering in the back of your mind, pushing you toward your destiny. Purpose doesn't rest because it's not something you do, it's something you are. When you live with purpose, you move differently. You stop chasing temporary excitement and start chasing long-term fulfillment. You stop worrying about what others think and stop worrying about what others think and start focusing on what truly matters. The reason most people feel lost or stuck is because they're chasing money, fame, or comfort, not purpose. Purpose gives your struggle meaning. It makes the pain worth it. When you have a strong why, you can handle any eye. That's why the most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They're the most driven by purpose. They wake up every day knowing exactly what they're fighting for. You can't fake purpose. You can't pretend to care about something and expect to give your best. When your heart's not in it, your effort shows it. But when your life aligns with your purpose, you operate on another level. You wake up earlier, you push harder, you refuse to settle. Because purpose doesn't let you rest in mediocrity, it doesn't let you take shortcuts. It keeps reminding you that there's more inside you, that your story isn't over, that your best is yet to come. Purpose never sleeps because it's tied to something bigger than yourself. It's not just about your comfort, your success, or your happiness. It's about the impact you leave on others. Real purpose is selfless. It's about making a difference. It's about using your gifts to serve the world, to inspire others, to lift someone up who's fallen. When you realize your life has the power to change someone else's, you stop wasting time. You stop complaining. You stop working. You start living with urgency because you know every moment counts. The problem is that too many people think purpose is something you find one and then everything gets easy. But purpose isn't a destination. It's a daily decision. Every day you have to choose to live aligned with it. Some days you'll feel lost. Some days you'll doubt yourself. But even in those moments, purpose doesn't disappear. It waits. It's patient. It's always there, ready for you to get back up and keep moving forward. When you're driven by purpose, you don't need someone to motivate you. Your vision fuels you. Even when you're tired, your dream keeps you going. Even when people doubt you, your purpose reminds you who you are. You don't stop because you're tired. You stop when the job is done. That's the mindset of someone who understands their calling. You become unshakable because your focus isn't on how hard it is. It's on how necessary it is. There will be nights when you can't sleep because your mind is racing with ideas, plans, and possibilities. That's purpose talking. It's talking. It doesn't let you settle for less. It's the reason you can't be comfortable with average. You might take breaks, but your vision never rests. You might slow down, but that fire inside never goes out. That's why some people seem relentless. They are not chasing success. They're fulfilling their purpose. And when you live for purpose, quitting is never an option. Even when life hits hard, when things fall apart, When doors close, purpose becomes your anchor. It reminds you that the storm is temporary, but the mission is permanent. Purpose gives you strength when you feel weak, clarity when you're confused, and hope when everything seems dark. It's what separates those who crumble under pressure from those who rise through it. Because when you live for purpose, pain becomes fuel. You turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. Purpose never sleeps because it's not bound by time. It's not something you switch off when you're tired or turn on when you feel inspired. It's always alive in you, waiting for you to take action. Some days that action might be small, reading, learning, improving. Other days it's bold, taking a leap, facing fear, making a difference. But every day purpose is there, whispering, keep going. You were made for this. So when the world gets quiet, when nobody's watching, when it feels like progress is slow, remember, purpose doesn't rest. It's still moving, still growing, still building the person you're becoming. That's why you can't stop. You can't give in, you can't let excuses win. Because as long as you're breathing, your purpose is still calling, and it won't stop until you answer. Stop negotiating with your goals. That's where most people lose before they even start. They make promises to themselves and then start looking for loopholes. They say they'll wake up early, but then hit the snooze button. They say they'll eat clean, but one excuse leads to another. They say they'll grind every day, but when it gets uncomfortable, they quit. You can't build greatness by constantly negotiating with your own commitments. When you decide to chase something meaningful, that decision has to be final. No second thoughts. No, maybe tomorrow. No bargaining with effort. The truth is, success doesn't respect excuses. It doesn't care about your feeling, your mood, or your circumstances. It only responds to consistency and effort. When you negotiate with your goals, you tell your dreams that they're optional. And optional dreams never come true. You've got to stop treating your goals like something you'll try and start treating them like something you must do. The people who win in life are not the ones who feel like it every day. They're the ones who do it every day, no matter how they feel. When you say you want success, you have to mean it. That means no more picking and choosing when to be disciplined. You can't say you want to be great and then only work hard when it's convenient. Every time you say, I'll do it later, you're pushing your dream further away. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. And next week becomes never. You think you have time, but time is the one thing you're running out of. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There's no perfect moment. The perfect time is the moment you decide to stop negotiating and start doing negotiating and start doing. You see, when you negotiate with your goals, you're not just delaying progress. You're weakening your mindset. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you teach your brain that your word doesn't matter. You start believing that it's okay to quit, okay to take shortcuts, okay to lower your standards. And once that mindset takes over, it becomes a habit. The good news is you can change that. You can build mental toughness by refusing to compromise. Every time you push through when you don't feel like it, you build power. You strengthen that inner muscle called discipline. The real battle isn't between you and the world. It's between you and your excuses. Every morning, when the alarm goes off, you have two choices. Get up and chase your purpose, or roll over and chase comfort. Comfort will always be there, whispering in your ear, telling you to relax, to slow down, to take a break. But your dream doesn't have time for that. Your goals don't care about comfort. They require sacrifice. You can't have both greatness and ease. You got to choose one. The people who achieve extraordinary things aren't negotiating with their effort. They've made up their minds. They've decided that no matter how they feel, no matter what happens, they're gonna stay locked in. You can't talk about wanting to change your life and still live with the same habits. You can't say you want more and still act like you're okay with less. Every action has to match your ambition. You gotta make your goals non-negotiable. Like breathing, like eating, like survival. Every day you wake up, you need to remind yourself of your why. Why did you start? Why do you want it so bad? Because when you remember your why, you stop making deals with your weaknesses. You stop giving excuses power. Your why keeps you focused when motivation fades. It reminds you that every small step counts, that every hour matters, that every bit of effort is building something bigger. Stop saying you'll do it when things calm down, when you have more time. when you feel ready. That's just fear disguised as logic. The truth is, life will never slow down. You will never have enough time. You will never feel completely ready. You have to start now where you are with what you have. Stop negotiating, stop waiting, and stop doubting, and stop doubting. The only thing standing between you and your dream is the decision to commit, fully, completely, and relentlessly. You owe it to yourself to stop breaking promises to your potential. Stop giving in to laziness, fear, or distraction. You got to tell yourself, this is it. No more deals, no more excuses, no more hesitation. Because every time you delay, you lose ground. Every time you compromise, you lose belief. But every time you follow through, even when it's hard, you build confidence, strength, and momentum. Don't talk about what you're going to do, prove it. Let your actions be louder than your intentions. Let your work ethic speak for you. The moment you stop negotiating with your goals and start demanding more from yourself, everything changes. The world moves for those who refuse to settle. So make your goals non-negotiable, your effort unconditional, and your commitment unbreakable. Excellence is a daily decision. It's not something you stumble upon, and it's not something you do when it's convenient. Excellence is a mindset, a commitment to giving your best even when no one is watching, even when you don't feel like it, even when you could easily get away with doing less. Most people want to be excellent in results, but average in effort. They want the reward without the responsibility. But excellence doesn't work like that. It demands consistency, focus, and sacrifice. It's not about one big move. It's about showing up and giving your all every single day. Every morning you wake up with a choice to go through the motions or to rise above the standard. Excellence begins with that choice. It's a decision you make before the day starts. To control your attitude, to own your attitude, to own your actions, to give your best regardless of circumstances. It's easy to be great when things are going well, when you're motivated, when life feels light. But the real test of excellence is how you perform when you're tired, frustrated, or unseen. That's when excellence becomes character, not just performance. The truth is, excellence doesn't come from talent alone. Talent might open the door, but excellence keeps you in the room. You can be gifted, but if you don't nurture that gift with discipline, it will fade. Excellence is about doing ordinary things with extraordinary consistency. It's about taking pride in the smallest details, because you understand that how you do anything is how you do everything. When you wash the dishes, when you write an email, when you train, when you study, excellence shows up everywhere. It's not a switch you flip on and off. It's a standard you live by. Every great athlete, every visionary, every leader you admire, they didn't just decide to be excellent once. They make that decision every single day. They show up early, stay late, and do the hard work when nobody else will. They hold themselves to a higher standard because they know that excellence attracts excellence. The energy you put into the world determines what comes back to you. If you give effort halfway, you'll get results halfway. But if you give your full heart to what you do, eventually that commitment pays off. Excellence is discipline built through repetition. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, and it's not always fun. It's early mornings, long nights, and doing things others avoid. It's rewriting that paper one more time, practicing that move again, reading that extra page, studying that skill one more hour. It's what separates professionals from amateur, leaders from followers, and legends from dreamers. Because while others talk about what they're going to do, those who choose excellence quietly do it every day without excuses. You can't fake excellence. You can talk a big game, but your habits will always expose you. Excellence is built behind closed doors, and your discipline, and your consistency, and your patience. It's built when you say no to distractions, when you focus on growth instead of comfort. It's built when you keep pushing, even when results don't show yet, and eventually the world notices. People will call it talent, luck, or opportunity, but deep down, you'll know it was your daily commitment to excellence that made it happen. The beautiful thing about excellence is that it's not about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. You're not competing with the world. You're competing with your own potential. Every day you have a chance to raise your standard a little higher, to improve, to evolve, to refine. Excellence is about self-respect. It's about honoring your purpose enough to never give less than your best. It's about taking control of your effort, because effort is the one thing you can always choose. People often say, I give my best when it matters, but here's the truth. It always matters. Every small task prepares you for the big one. Every decision shapes your identity. Excellence doesn't show up suddenly in important moments. It's developed through countless unimportant ones. That's why you gotta bring your best energy everywhere. Because how you handle the small things determines how you handle the big ones. Excellence is a daily decision because life is built one day at a time. Success isn't the result of one massive effort. It's the result of thousands of small, consistent efforts. Every day you choose discipline over laziness, focus over distraction, progress over perfection. You're building something powerful. You're shaping habits that will define your future. Excellence doesn't demand perfection, it demands effort. And if you give that effort every single day over time, it becomes who you are. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't wait for motivation or recognition. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's your time. Decide to be excellent today. No days off means no excuses. Not about working yourself into exhaustion. It's about staying connected to your purpose every single day. Rest is important for the body, but quitting is never an option for the mind. The phrase of no days off isn't about physical labor every minute. It's about a mindset that refuses to disconnect from growth, improvement, and responsibility. It means that even when you're resting, you're preparing. Even when you're recovering, your purpose is still alive inside you. It's about a commitment so strong that nothing, not fatigue, not failure, not frustration, can take you off your path. Most people take days off, not because they need recovery, but because they need comfort. They let a bad mood, a small setback, or a bit of laziness convince them that skipping one day won't matter. But that's where mediocrity starts, with just one day. One day of ease becomes 2, then 3, and before they know it, their momentum is gone. On no days off means you never let the fire go out. You might slow down, but you never stop. You might rest your body, but your mind stays locked in. The truth is, success doesn't care about your schedule. Opportunity doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Life won't pause because you're tired. You have to be the person who stays consistent, no matter what the calendar says. Every day you skip is a day someone else is gaining on you. Every time you let yourself off the hook, you lose a piece of your momentum. And momentum is everything. It's easier to keep moving than to start over. That's why a no days off is about consistency, doing something every day that moves you closer to your goal, even if it's small. You don't have to grind 24/7, but you do have to stay intentional 24/7. That means every decision, what you eat, what you read, what you think, how you spend your time, either feeds your purpose or starves it. Every day is a test of your discipline. The world doesn't reward people who show up occasionally. It rewards those who are reliable, focused, and driven. A no days off is a reminder that excellence doesn't have an on and off switch. You don't get to choose when to be committed. You either are or you aren't. Even when you take a day to rest, do it with purpose. Rest to recover, not to retreat. Rest to rebuild strength, not to escape the grind. There's a difference between quitting and recharging. Quitting disconnects you from your mission. Recharging prepares you for your next move. A no days off doesn't mean you never breathe. It means every breath has intention. It's about using every moment wisely, because time is the one thing you can't get back. People who live with a no days off mentality understand that success is not a destination. It's a lifestyle. They don't chase temporary wins. They build permanent habits. They don't work for applause. They work for progress. Their vision doesn't take weekends off because they know that greatness is built in the unseen hours, in the quiet moments when others are relaxing. While everyone else is comfortable, they're sharpening their edge. A no days off is also about accountability. You can't blame anyone else for the results you don't have. If you want it, you gotta own it. Every part of it. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's gonna remind you to stay disciplined. You got to be your own motivation, your own coach, your own fire. The grind has to come from within. The minute you start depending on outside motivation, you already lost control. The strongest people are those who push themselves when nobody's watching. It's not about perfection. Some days you'll struggle. Some days you'll make mistakes. But on the old days off means you get back up every single time. You don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. You don't let failure stop you. You let it teach you. Every setback becomes fuel. Every challenge becomes training. The grind never stops because life never stops teaching. You've got to train your mind to stay locked in no matter what's happening around you. Storms will come, distractions will appear, and emotions will fluctuate, but your focus must stay the same. That's the mindset of a winner. A no days off means your dream stays alive 365 days a year. You feed it daily with effort, discipline, and belief. You treat every day like an opportunity to get one step better. At the end of the day, a no days off isn't about pushing yourself until you break. It's about refusing to settle for average. It's about waking up every morning with the same hunger, the same fire, the same drive to be better than yesterday. It's about understanding that growth doesn't happen in comfort and progress doesn't happen in excuses. It's about making a lifelong promise to yourself that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired you are, you'll never stop showing up. Because the grind doesn't end, and neither should your commitment.